cleanse vlog to kind of walk you through my 21 days. But I wanted to rewind a little bit because I'm exhausted from this weekend. So basically what the program entails is they give you about a week or so to prepare and stock your pantry and get like a checklist of things done. But of course I started on Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday you're supposed to go shopping for all of your groceries, and Sunday you're supposed to basically meal prep. So I did that, but I'm exhausted. Like, there was so much stuff I needed to buy. I literally needed to buy everything. So I was pretty tired from that. I did one shopping trip earlier in the week at Whole Foods to kind of get like the canned goods and stuff and like the seasoning, but that was pretty exhausting in itself because I didn't know what anything was, and I didn't know where anything was. Like, it took me a trip upstairs and downstairs and back upstairs to find tahini. So things like that, it took a little bit to find, but those are things that you just kind of buy one time and you're kind of done with. So I'm okay with that. And then I went grocery shopping for produce on Saturday at Trader Joe's, and then I went back to Whole Foods because there were some things that they just didn't have available at Trader Joe's. I will say that even in like the weekend time, I learned some things about myself just in this process. I really kind of recognize that I don't like this plan setup because it's a lot of reading, and I don't like to read. Like, I really just don't want to read through all of it. So I kind of skim through everything, but the plan, like, it gives you like one guidebook, one cookbook, one orientation checklist, one whatever. Like, it's all kind of planned out for you, and I think it works for certain people's personalities and the way they kind of organize and do things. But for me, I really didn't like it. It just kind of felt like it was all over the place, and I had to look at like 10 different books to find like the answer. Like, I was trying to figure out what to buy for my like for the week, and so they give you a shopping list, which is great, but it tells you in the shopping list, it kind of refers to like certain things that the recipes are for, but they want you to look at the recipe to see like if there's something you can't eat, if you want to substitute something, or what's in it, like if you want to make any modifications. But that means I have to go to every single page of the cookbook to go find the recipes, and that was a lot of work. So I started to do that, and I was like, forget it. I just bought everything on the shopping list. So it worked out because, you know, the shopping list is pretty concise and it has everything, but it was kind of annoying to have to flip through the cookbook to find the pages, and then I had to pull the pages out so I could go and cook with it and prepare things. But it was like a lot harder to pre-plan because I couldn't see the bigger picture because they're trying to give it to you piece by piece, which I understand, but for me, in my brain, it just didn't function well. So I just kind of did my own thing, and I just kind of pick and chose what I wanted to go off of their list and what I just kind of just bought like in a bigger bulk size because I felt like that we'll probably use it later on in the later weeks. So that was my experience this weekend. I was literally so tired. It was really draining to kind of like run around, get stuff, carry groceries in and out, put things away, organize things. My kitchen is a mess, and they said that was part of the things to clean like ahead of time, but I didn't do that. So it felt really stressful in that sense. But it did kind of make me kind of get things going and do things, so that's good. So yeah, it was a crazy weekend. Last night I felt so exhausted, I was so tired, and I meal prepped and everything, and I just felt so like unsure about what the heck I'm doing and why I'm doing it, because really it's like going vegan, I could just eat vegan food. Why am I doing this 21-day cleanse thing? Why am I doing it in this program? Because I honestly thought that they were going to give us more direct personal coaching, but what they kind of do is they have a Facebook group where they are involved, but it's not like they are completely doing a one-on-one assessment of you and your situation and your needs. And one of the things I found that kind of took away from that was that in the Facebook group they tell you to try to stay positive, right? Like, you don't want to complain about like wanting to eat this and that and whatever. But I kind of feel like that's what I needed. I needed to complain so people can like help support my situation and make it a little bit better, because I felt like I couldn't do that on my own. Because obviously if I didn't complain and I didn't have a problem with it, get through that myself, I would just be doing this myself. I wouldn't need like a group to actually help me. So I kind of wish I was a little bit more hands-on, and that's what I thought. And they keep telling you to refer to all these books, but I'm like, I don't want to. It's too much in my brain. It's too stressful. So it's a little frustrating to deal with, because I feel like I get it. Like, they're trying to make like a very well-oiled machine where, you know, this is all the information that we think you might need or have questions on, and here you go, here's all the stuff, so you can refer to it if you have any questions. But the thing is, if that's what I wanted, I would go and read a book and get that. I wouldn't go and try to do this program where I thought it was a little bit more hands-on. So that's the only thing I was a little bit disappointed at, and I'm not sure if it's exactly what I'm looking for yet again, but I'm still trying to continue it to try to see if it is something that is going to work with me. So on Sunday night, I felt a little bit defeated. I sat there with my son, and we were basically arranging the flowers that I had purchased. And so in this moment, I kind of just came to a realization about myself even, where I'm cutting the stems off of the flowers, and I am giving it to my son so he can arrange, because he wanted to arrange the flowers. So as I'm watching him, I'm like so tempted to try to go in there and rearrange or tweak some of the arrangements that he did, because it was, you know, not centered right, or it wasn't even, or it wasn't well proportioned, things like that. But I really resisted, so I stopped myself from doing that. And in that, like, it came to me where I realized it doesn't have to be perfect. And that you realize the same thing about this 21-day cleanse, is that it doesn't have to be perfect. Because here I am trying to like map everything out, plan everything out, but I'm just going with it now. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And what Kris Carr says is progress, not perfection. And that suits it perfectly, because right now all I need to do is do the steps to actually get there, to actually eat this, the foods that she's recommending, but I don't need it to be perfect. So that's exactly what I learned in arranging flowers with my toddler, because I felt like it was really frustrating. I was like starting to get frustrated, and I wanted to rearrange some of the things or just have him go play and do something else. But you know, the arrangement turned out gorgeous, and I wouldn't change that for anything, because the time that I had with him, he enjoyed it, I enjoyed it, and I actually love the outcome of the flower arrangement. So anyhow, today, bringing us back, I have had a fun-filled morning. I didn't get up early, because I really wanted to get up early in the morning so I could get everything prepared and done, but I didn't do that, so whatever, I didn't get up early. I'll try again tomorrow, but I basically got up and I was able to make my smoothie. So I made one of the smoothies, which is for breakfast, and I got that, and it was pretty good, and I had that. And then I made eggs for my son, and then he woke up, came down, and he made his own smoothie. So that was my morning. And then after getting him into school, I actually got a bunch of stuff to donate, because I actually scheduled the donation people to come today to pick up, and I didn't do any cleaning because I was so preoccupied this week, and so I didn't get any of the stuff to get ready to donate. So this morning I actually went through my kitchen and got rid of a ton of things. Like, we had a ton of things in boxes that were not opened, that were just a bunch of like different, like those stainless steel mugs or whatever, like those containers. And I actually bought a ton of hydro flasks, which I love, and I know they work well, so I just gonna donate all those other ones because I know that I like the hydro flask. And then I ended up giving away my old blender, because clearly I don't need that since I have the Vitamix. And then I also got rid of like a hand speed mixer, this like big glass like steamer thing that I don't know what it is, and I'm sure all this stuff is actually pretty pricey and people would want it, but I just didn't have the time to go and sell. But what I did do was random stuff in it. So I took everything out and I stocked it with like bottled water. I stocked it with like paper plates and to go like container things. So everything kind of disposable. And I wanted that section because it has these disposable cups that I use for my son. And I use them for smoothie cups, or like at nighttime when he wants like a drink, then I put it in like a little tiny cup. And that way we can have it so it's, you know, I can just throw it away and I don't have to wash it. So that's mainly why. I'm lazy. So basically, I got those cups and so I put it there so it's at floor, like a lower level that he can actually reach it. So it was great. So I actually ended up doing that. And then now my whole entire kitchen is like a huge mess, from cooking to buying stuff and all that. So I need to really just kind of get at it to clean. But right now it's about noonish. It's about 12:30. So I just went to Trader Joe's, picked up some case of water, and I picked up black pepper because, you know, all I had at home was the Lawry's pepper seasoning that they have. And I looked at the ingredients and it has sugar in it. Would you put sugar in pepper? So anyhow, I couldn't use it yesterday, so I ended up just coming to Trader Joe's so I could pick up a bottle of pepper. The things I do. So that, and then I bought a little rosemary plant because I didn't get rosemary in this whole thing, so I just bought a little rosemary plant, just so I'd have rosemary if I ever needed it later on. So anyhow, that was kind of my morning so far. It's about 12:30 right now, so I'm going to head home, eat my lunch, which is my leftover potato rosemary, lacking the rosemary stew from yesterday, and then I'm going to have a smoothie and then wait for my mattresses to get delivered. I bought mattresses for the entire family so we can all have, you know, natural, organic, and comfortable sleep, because it's so important. You're sleeping for half of your 24 hours, and not half, but you know, about half. And so I'm getting that delivered between 3 to 5 today, so I'm going to try to make sure I kind of get everything set up so they can actually get that delivered without stepping on toys and stuff. And then after that, I plan to just meal prep. So I'll take you guys along later when I start meal prepping. Hey guys, I'm back. So now it is about 7:30. I had just finished dinner. I made myself the pasta and I made 2 servings so I can have one for tomorrow for lunch. So the way the system kind of goes is you make your dinners, but when you make your dinners, you also make double servings. So you have another for lunch so you don't have to make anything. So you're basically only making your breakfasts in the morning and then reheating your lunch. Having some snacks are pre-made, and then your dinners are made that night. So it's pretty easy. It's not too bad. I really realized that I don't follow directions. And this goes hand in hand with why I don't like reading the book to say, you know, the guidebook or the cookbook or anything like that. For the recipes, I actually like to just kind of eyeball it. So I look at the ingredients and I don't really stray from that. I usually put the ingredients, but how much of the ingredient I put in, I kind of just guesstimate. Like I'm not very precise, and I don't take out any measuring cups or anything. So when it was telling me to make the pasta, it was like 1.5 cups. So I just took like 2 or 3 handfuls, I think. And then for like, you know, the veggies, same thing. And the seasoning, same thing. For the tomato sauce, I actually didn't want to use half a can because I didn't know what to do with the other half. So I just made the whole can and doubled up in the sauce. That's probably not exact, but I feel like it's okay. It's kind of just all within reason. And again, it's progress, not perfection. So I'm kind of going in line with that. I've had an exhausting day. I feel like I've been doing so much because I've been cleaning the kitchen all day. And then on top of that, my mattresses were delivered today, which is awesome. But I am so tired because I was like reorganizing the room, moving things around. And so now all the rooms are just a mess and it's kind of stressing me out. So, you know, tonight I have a long list of things to do and tomorrow too. So I've just kind of been trying to keep up with everything, but it's kind of nice because I feel like is keeping me occupied, so I'm not really thinking about food, but I'm like starving at each meal. Like literally at like lunch and dinner, I'm like starving. I'm so hungry. So yeah, and I actually had some kombucha today. I had the GTS watermelon kombucha, which is pretty good. It's really tasty. So I had that, and that was like a nice little treat. They didn't have it for today's, but they have it for tomorrow's. So I just won't drink one tomorrow. Or maybe I will. I don't know. So yeah, as you can see, I clearly like to follow the rules. Yeah, that's really about it. So I feel pretty okay. I took some vitamins today. So I took a probiotic today. I took a spritz of the D3, and I ate my gummy multivitamins. I know I'm such a kid, but they are better. I just can't do those multivitamins that are like huge and that taste bad. I just can't do it. So I just got the gummies, and they don't taste the best, but it's better than those big multivitamins I just can't take. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I had myself some kombucha today, the GTS watermelon kombucha. If you haven't tried it, try it. It's really refreshing. I feel like the watermelon flavor is actually pretty strong, so it tastes pretty good. Yeah, outside of that, I'm just waiting for my son to get home, and so he'll be home soon, and I will need to focus on him and his needs and his demands. So I'll be pretty busy with that. And then afterwards, I'm pretty much just gonna knock out because I want to sleep early today, so I could try to get up early tomorrow, because that way I could get my day started and get everything prepared and meditate and exercise, which I did not get to do today, but I will try to do that later on tonight. I'm gonna try to. So yeah, that's about it. I feel pretty good, but I am done with day 1, and I'm hoping tomorrow will be better. And that's about it. So I will see you tomorrow. Good night.